Nobody gives a shit, and we're starting the CouncilCast, and welcome. This is episode 48, being recorded on July 10th, 2018. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little background and next to no expertise. All of our decisions are final, and they have no bearing on anything whatsoever.
That's right.
And you know what also has no bearing on anything whatsoever is Russia making the fastest supply trip to the International Space Station ever.
Was it really though?
Yeah, actually they docked today.
Was that a burn?
That was a burn.
I mean, he said Russia has no bearing on anything, so I thought that was kind of a burn. I mean,
I actually meant that
burns can be true.
Fast trip to International Space Station required a big burn.
Oh, that makes more sense.
But it also makes no difference whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. I mean, until they're traveling light speed, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, they basically said that they just cut the dock time down from like 6 hours to 4 hours. So, I mean, I think anybody can wait 2 hours and they'll be just fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
I mean, I'd be more concerned if they crashed into the space station and blew everybody up.
You know,
no brakes. There's no brakes in space.
I just love how our parents or our parents' generation, depending on how old you are and how old your parents are. I mean, they're always like, "You guys don't know what it was like to live through the Cold War." Well, now we do again because the cahoots with Russia and all that, and now all this talk about space exploration. Yeah.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you? The Canadians are gonna beat us to space again.
Oh yeah. Probably. I mean, you never know. Who knows what they're cooking up there? We've been so busy paying attention to other parts of the world. Canada probably has probably not. No.
Time travel.
They probably have time travel.
I mean, obviously, if a country has not gone to space yet, they clearly have time travel or teleportation, and they don't need rockets.
They don't need rockets. Well, I'm gonna give Russia a big old thumbs up for really working on the important stuff here. Why not?
Sure, I guess.
I thought I'd try and be positive about it for a second.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a thumbs down because they beat the Americans.
Oh, yeah. Good point. I'm going to change mine to a thumbs down. America first. If we've learned anything, it's America first. Russia's space program second.
I mean, plus they got beat in the World Cup, so therefore.
Yeah, they did.
That's what this was really about, was a pick-me-up after the defeat in the World Cup.
They needed that. I'm going to give them a thumbs up.
I'll give them a thumbs up for that. Here's your pick. We'll give you a Everybody Participates award.
They probably have someone monitoring this podcast right now. Do we have anyone watching right this second?
There are.
They're probably watching in incognito.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
That's how most people watch this.
That's why we have so many views that don't show up.
That's it.
If you are a listener and you're watching incognito, please
turn off your ad blockers.
Yeah, turn off the ad blockers.
Mail us your cash.
just mail it directly to councilcast.org.
.net.
I don't even know what it is.
I think is it the CouncilCast? We go to our website a lot.
CouncilCast.org. Just CouncilCast.org.
The CouncilCast.org is an available domain, though. We should probably buy that up.
And if you like hearing what we do on the CouncilCast, you can email us for what you would like to hear next.
Oh yeah, we'd love to hear what you think that we would love to talk about.
We would.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love hearing about it and then shitting on it.
We would have a whole segment, man. We should have a whole segment. We should put it together.
If enough people email in, then we'll put together a segment for it.
Hear that, people? Email in.
Email in, and then we'll do something with it.
Meh.
Just like Microsoft did with putting keyboard and mouse support onto the Xbox One.
Was it because a bunch of people emailed in?
Probably. So this is about Microsoft has now added. I guess if you don't like playing with your controller on an Xbox, you can now play with keyboard and mouse. I mean,
Yes, let me get rid of the ease and functionality of this to go to where's the button I need. I'm going to be a much better gamer now.
Well,
Maybe.
plus
You
you
don't know.
probably have to put it on your lap, so I would like to see you try and
Like
balance
this
this lap.
picture that this guy has here. Oh yeah, I'm ready. No, what's going to come back are the cart. Do you remember like the TV dinner trays?
Couchmaster.
TV dinner trays are coming back in style.
Oh, yeah. Even like the little the tables too, the TV dinner tables.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You need those, and you're going to game like a old grandpa playing solitaire by himself.
Maybe they'll start selling chairs like airplane chairs where you can get the tables that just kind of fold out of the armrest.
Oh yeah, or like the old school desks at like in lecture halls.
Oh yeah, there you go. I think there's a big market for everybody except for Microsoft here.
Are they going to come out with special gaming keyboards, or do those already? No, I'm sorry. Microsoft Xbox One gaming controllers, gaming keyboards.
Most likely. I mean, I can only imagine. They'll probably paint it white and put Xbox on it.
Well, then
I don't even know what color is the latest Xbox. I don't even know.
Xbox One is white, I think. Xbox One color.
I also don't even know.
That's black. So.
This one kind of has. This one. A couple of them have been tricked out. Oh, they're decals. Never mind. This is a decal. You can put decals on it. They're white.
I guess the biggest thing for me is I'm reading about playing with a keyboard and mouse on an Xbox, and I'm wondering why the hell don't you just play on a computer?
Mm-hmm. This is exactly because you can build a machine faster than an Xbox.
Absolutely.
I mean, duh.
Easily.
I mean, if Microsoft sent me a box of Xbox parts, I'd have no idea what to do with it.
I mean, I would.
I'll send it to you. Maybe
I'd take it out.
You can talk to your buddy Hal and see if he can do a how to build an Xbox.
I'll pass it along to him.
All right.
Here. Let me just put it in my little notebook to send over to Hal.
Pass something on to Hal.
How to.
I mean, is this something that you guys? I don't play on Xbox. I've never owned an Xbox, but is this something? I take that back. I lied. I have owned an Xbox, the original one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that counts anymore. But do you guys want to play with a keyboard and mouse on an Xbox?
The last time that I played a game of any kind, it was Rocket League with my keyboard only. And it sucked.
Because you went and bought a bunch of stupid controller things.
Oh, my wife is chiming in to ridicule me on live podcast. The internet's watching this.
What else am I going to ridicule you?
Anyway, I got a controller for a bit and then I gave it back because apparently it was too expensive.
No, it didn't work for me.
I mean, would a keyboard and mouse be cheaper than an Xbox controller?
Yeah, but don't tell my wife that. I'm going to give it a.
Does Matt have an opinion? Would he play with a keyboard and mouse on an Xbox? Would it make you want to buy an Xbox if you could play with a keyboard and mouse?
No, I have a computer.
So basically, this is a dumb thing for Microsoft to do.
I mean, I don't think it's a dumb thing for Microsoft to do.
I think people will do it if they think they're going to get an edge in their game over it.
I think that they'll do that, or if they feel like yes, that. But I'm thinking specifically for individual games. Like, man, it's a lot easier to do keyboard functions for this game. I'm going to pull my keyboard in for it, or I'm used to playing this game on my computer and I got an Xbox and now I'm ready to switch over, and rather than having to relearn all of the controls, I'm just going to bring my keyboard and mouse in. So I think that there's some functionality, but for your hardcore gamers, no.
I think for Matt said, though, if it would give people an edge in their game. And I mean, do you think that I think that people know that keyboard and mouse is probably going to be better? So are they going to segregate people if you're playing online in a multiplayer shooter, for example? Is it pretty much just going to become a requirement that you have to have a keyboard and mouse to play on the Xbox then?
I don't know.
No.
You're really digging here, Blaine, but Matt is really into just looking up his projector system.
You got it.
If you had an Xbox and a projector, would you play with a keyboard and mouse?
Oh man, I remember, speaking of projectors and Xbox, when I was in high school, my dad would bring home the projector from work every once in a while so that we could watch movies. And he also had like these big speakers, nothing like your setup, Matt, but we would set it up in the basement and we would watch movies together. Like, oh man, isn't this like going to the movie theater? But then he would leave it accidentally, and we would set up Xbox on there, and then I could no scope people from across the map. It was amazing.
That is awesome.
Anyway,
I'm going to give it a thumbs down because I think if you're going to play with keyboard and mouse, just buy a computer.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up for ingenuity. It's not really that. It's really not that much of an ingenuity, but you know, it's
Microsoft invent the keyboard and mouse.
I didn't say inventatory. I said ingenuity.
I'm all for giving people the option to use whatever controller they want.
Nice.
I just like when there's controversy on the show, so I'm just basically voting opposite of whatever Blaine does today.
All right. Well, we know how you're going to vote then.
Try and change it. Just see what happens, Blaine. Just see what happens.
Well, if you can't play your Xbox on a projector, would you instead prefer to play them in your car?
Yep. While
on
I'm
a
driving.
Side mirror display.
What? No. You lost
With the touch screen.
You had me side mirror display touch screen.
Audi has announced that they are
sure.
going to start adding video cameras. Actually, they're going to replace your side mirror on your car with a little video camera that then has an image being displayed on the inside of your door.
Is it a wider field of view?
Sure. I mean, let's go with
The
yes.
Chevy Bolt does this with the rear view mirror. On the premium package, there's like the switch up at the top that you would expect would make it like dim and bright for like headlights or whatever. You flip it, and instead of being a rear view mirror, it's a screen, and it changes to showing you a wide angle shot from a camera at the back. And most people that have that trim on the vehicle just flip it to that mode and learn to drive it with that, because there's no like headrests in the way or anything. You just have a wide angle image of what's behind your car.
So much better.
Sweet. I get it for the rear view mirror, because you do usually have shit in the way on your car, but for the side mirror,
I mean, if they're giving you a wider field of view, though, this is the thing.
Yeah.
So many people don't know that when you merge lanes, you're supposed to check your side mirror and then look over your shoulder to check. And so they don't. They just go, oh, it's okay. And then that's how accidents happen. Also, I've ridden in cars with people before who just don't check anything and say, I'm coming over. Like like the announcement is heard throughout all of the cars in the area. Newsflash, it's not. So if it's giving you a wider field of view than your mirror is, which I believe it would be possible of doing, you could see, I mean, they could put a 180 camera in there so that you could see all the way out to, I don't think that they would, but you could see all the way out to straight across from the mirror. So like, as if you're looking out the window.
No blind spot anymore.
No blind spot. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a pretty cool technology. I think it's a little overkill because, I mean, a mirror does do a pretty good job and it's pretty cheap, but I like technology.
It's Audi, so.
This is a technology podcast.
Yeah. Thumbs down.
Oh, okay. I'm giving it a thumbs up then. I like it.
Well, I'm giving it a thumbs down because you were like up talking it a lot.
I am. I like it.
Sure. I mean, it's another thing to break, so that's kind of
kind of good for the company, kind of bad for the consumer.
But it does improve your aerodynamics on your car. Maybe makes you a little bit more fuel efficient.
I'm sure not.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm trying to come up with another good reason.
Like this much more, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I guess the real question here though is on your rear view mirror, like Matt was saying, if you have the little flipper thing,
Mhm.
the real question is, which is which? Is dim forward or is dim backwards?
I don't know. My mirrors are auto dimming.
I think it's probably back.
Dim is all the time.
Dim is all the time. Answering the real questions here on the CouncilCast.
Ayo.
If you didn't want to have a mirror video camera in your car, maybe you want to have a digital key for it instead.
Maybe. Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, does it come with the car?
It comes with an app. You can get an app for your car for a digital key. Apparently, there is a car connectivity consortium that is working on developing a new universal digital key for cars. So I think it sounds like Tesla has these.
I already don't like it.
It sounds like Tesla has these already, where you can unlock your car, drive with it. I'm assuming all without actually having a physical key present. And there's some other manufacturers doing the same thing, kind of like the keyless entry stuff, but kind of tied to your phone instead.
Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like
all right. What don't you like?
I really don't like it. What I don't like is that when we have when all the cars have this, and then somebody's like, oh, I've figured out how to hack it. Then somebody can unlock any car in America and just easily steal it. So like they have to have an incredible amount of security on these things, which technically that is their whole business. Has LastPass ever been hacked, Matt?
I don't remember.
I think they have once, but I think all of their passwords were hashed and salted.
I can't tell if you're talking, if you're saying real things or if you're making stuff up.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
They were hacked in 2015. They were able to access users' email addresses, encrypted passwords, and reminder words.
Well, that's not good. So if they can hack into a company whose sole purpose is to keep people from hacking into their company.
That's not LastPass's sole purpose.
That's all that they do. They exist to not be hacked.
Yeah, and the data that they got from them was encrypted passwords. So what?
So they didn't get any data.
They didn't get at it.
It doesn't matter if I have the encrypted
in the first place.
If I have the encryption on my phone, I can eventually hack into this car.
You cannot. I mean, not with the logic you're using.
It's computer logic. None of it makes sense.
You're right.
I mean, they are talking. There are some things that can help with the security issues. They're talking more like this is going to be an NFC type of thing. So, I mean, I can only imagine how awesome it would be to have to take your phone out and tap your phone on your car to unlock it. But it does prevent people from just from anywhere at any point in the world just unlocking your car or something like that. But if somebody did and they walked up to your car, I don't like the idea that it's now tied to your phone. So can you just not drive your car when your phone's dead?
It should be tied to your eyes, so it does a retinal scan.
Sure.
Think about that. Hack into someone's eyes? I don't think so.
I'll hack. It's pretty tough.
Man, Matt's getting some really good, exciting news, maybe. Or maybe it's really a huge bummer. Anyway.
Oh, no. Anyway, I'm going to give it a thumbs down.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up because this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Speaking of cool things that are not digital keys, Elon Musk built a submarine.
Yes! Elon Musk has made his return. What do we have, like 1 week without him? I missed him.
Probably.
He made a submarine?
He made a submarine for kids.
A yellow submarine.
Not a yellow submarine.
For a cave in Thailand?
Yep.
My wife knows about it.
So
have you been reading articles ahead of time?
I'm not on the email list.
She is not on the email list. We can change that.
Hacked.
Maybe she hacked into it.
That I definitely did.
But Elon Musk has been trying to help out with the flooding in Thailand. There's the kids that got trapped inside of a cave,
Ooh.
and divers were trying to get them. It's like a really long distance. Kids don't know how to swim.
Hmm.
And he said, well, we're going to build them a submarine to get these kids out. And the submarine is 12 inches wide. So could
Weird.
you imagine climbing into a metal tube that's only 12 inches wide and then sit in it for like 2 hours?
No, but if that's the only option, yes.
Well, it would get you out. So they rushed to build this tube. I think they built it from an oxygen transfer tube that they use on the Falcon rockets. And they just said, hey, let's just cut this up and weld a bunch of shit to it and make a submarine. Then put some kids in it. Turns out they didn't actually put the kids in it, but
They didn't have to.
they didn't have to.
Were the kids okay?
The kids all made it out okay.
Okay, good.
I actually think so. There's been this whole thing. Elon Musk has been tweeting about trying to help out the officials in Thailand get these kids out of the pool, out of the caves, and they started their rescue mission on Sunday before they had the submarine finished.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they actually just rushed to get it done so they didn't have to deal with Elon Musk.
Really?
No.
That's funny. Man, didn't know people in Thailand hate Elon Musk so much.
But apparently he did. He did show up. He showed up yesterday with this submarine in Thailand. He's just like, hey, yo, dudes, I'm coming over there, and flew over there with a submarine.
Did he like leave it? Did he leave it there like just in case this happens again? Now you got a submarine.
Actually, he did.
He's like, I don't have room in my warehouse for this. Am I going to make a fleet of miniature submarines for kids?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I could see him trying to turn $1 on that. He's going to make a bunch of kid submarines.
There you go. Kid-sized submarines.
What a cool thing.
I like that he's all about the reuse here. You know, he's talking about his boring company. They reused the crushed up rock and they're making some bricks. Here they had a leftover rocket hull. They cut it up and made it into a kid submarine.
It's funny. It was intended to go up really high, and then he made it so it could go really low. What a clever guy.
I'm pretty sure he actually built this all by himself.
He probably did. He's probably like, guys, get out of my way. I'm making a submarine tonight.
He's like, hold on, hold my beer. I'll be back in 12 hours.
There are kids stuck in a cave in Thailand. Hold my beer. Yeah, exactly.
I'll give it a thumbs up because I think it's pretty awesome. I want to see your thumbs down.
One of the worst things I've ever seen. Submarines for kids.
I mean, who would ever want to put kids in submarines? That's ridiculous.
It has a dual O-ring. Oh, man.
Well, anyway, that wraps up our topics for tonight on the CouncilCast. We hope you enjoyed what you saw tonight.
Yeah.
We're now declaring this council meeting adjourned.
Adjourned.
If you want to check out all of the past episodes of the CouncilCast, you can go check it out on councilcast.org or check out your favorite podcatcher on iTunes or anything else. We record the
including
podcast...
Spotify.
Including Spotify. If you can find us, let us know, and we will make your wildest dreams happen.
Yeah, sure. We can promise that.
Well,
but it literally has to be your wildest one. We'll know if you're lying.
If you cannot find us on a particular podcast app, let us know, and we will make your dreams come wild. But we also record these live on YouTube. Yeah, if you'd like a topic that you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com. Connect with us on Twitter at the CouncilCast or on Facebook by searching for CouncilCast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.